Hello and welcome to the Spare Parts PC Build Off Benchmark video. This is where I'm going to go over all of my things I chose, all of my parts, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to try and go for. Basically everything that I have fleshed out over the course of however many days it's been since I did the last video and whenever I post this one. I've definitely got ideas. I know what I'm going to do now. I'm pretty confident about my hardware and everything. I will actually be doing this first part separately to the second one. So I'll be doing this first part because I need the system built and working because I need to install games and overclock and things like that. I need to just start doing things. The aesthetic and whole overview of the case of the build will come after this video, technically. So if there's a little bit of a weirdness between that and this, that's just so you know, that's the reason why. Because I had to shoot this one separately so I could have the system built on video over so that way I could benchmark and have games installed and things. So I find this camera angle to be very insufficient, so we're gonna hop right next to the next one. Hop right next to the next camera angle. You know what I mean. Hello up there. Hi. Oh god, I really hope my camera doesn't fall. Or that's going to be the end of all my videos. Possibly. Oh gosh. Anyways, so I thought this view would be the best for putting all my parts together. I'm going to go over really quick what I have and then we're going to start working on them. I'm not going to do a full video on my build. I'm just going to do chunks taken out of the video bit by bit, and that's how I'll do it. And actually, now that I say that, I need a screwdriver. Got a screwdriver. So what do we got going for us here? First, reaching into my bag of wonders here, I have an FX 6300. I actually bought this one because I didn't want to take the one out of the computer that the camera's sitting on currently. Because it was going to be a huge pain in my butt and it was going to be cheap. It was going to be easier to just buy a new CPU at that point. So I got this one for 45 bucks. It was really great deal actually. We're going 14 gigs of DDR3 memory. Reason being, the RAM I intended to use doesn't like to work in dual channel for some reason. No clue why. So we have one 8 gig stick and then 3 2 gig sticks. So we're going to work with that. And all this is culminated on a GA-N70A-G3P gigabyte motherboard. Actually pretty decent motherboard. It's got cooling on the VRMs. Cooling on the power delivery. Really nice cooling. Really solid looking board in my opinion. So I'm hoping to overclock this FX to at least 4 gigahertz. I'm going to be doing a very conservative clock. I know you can overclock the hell out of the FX platform, but I'm too afraid to do that. As for, let's go into GPU. So the main gaming GPU I ripped out of the PC that this is sitting on. This is a GTX 760 4 gig twin Frozr. I got this for a great deal, and I thought this would be perfect for the build. Also because this is the only 4 gig VRAM card I own that is in the collection currently. There's also the R9280X, or the R9280 I could rip out, but that's only 3 gigs. I think this is going to give me the edge, because I don't think everybody's going to see this coming. Because nobody knows, really, that the 760 had a 4 gig variant. Not only people know that, they only know the 1.5 and the 2 gig. And there's not a lot of documentation on it either. So I'm hoping this will give me the edge there. I bet you this will overclock a little bit. As for my second GPU, yes, I have a second one. We're going to throw these off to the side because this is going to be in a system. I'm going to be putting in a Quadro 4000. Why, you may ask? I'm trying to go for the, I'm trying to go for the dual GPU, the multi-GPU score as well. And I figured, what would be better to have like a multiple use system where you could do one slot game, like half gaming, you could have 2 monitors. You could do one part of it gaming. You could reserve some of your 6 cores for gaming. I've said that so many times now. And then you could reserve some of the other cores for video editing. I figured that would be cool as heck to have a multi-use system in that case. And what you could do is you can have all your programs on one drive. I'm going to be putting all my games on the SSD. But I'm also going to put in these 2 1TB drives for the storage for your video editing or whatever you do. I thought that'd be really interesting. They're both 7200 RPM drives, so those will run fine for storage. As for boot drive and where all my games are going to go, this 240 gig SSD, really not a lot. The 1TB is actually meant, one of the 1TB is meant for your game drive or your game library, but because I want to make sure all my benchmarks run perfectly, I'm going to be putting all my games on the 240 gig for right now. And that's how that will be. And then I'm also going to be going for another score here. I'm going to be going for the RGB score because I'm going to put this Wraith Prism cooler. These are really great coolers actually, and they really don't get a lot of love like they should. Great cooling. I can't even begin to tell you how great the cooling is for these, for just like a base cooler for a CPU, just a stock cooler, as well as it has got some pretty gorgeous RGB for a stock cooler. So I think this will help. I think I'll definitely be able to get to 4 gigahertz on this. If I can't, then I can't. That's fine. So that'll be hopefully my RGB score, because I don't have anything else RGB. And then I'm going to be putting all this on a 700 watt Thermaltake Smart 80 plus white. It's the only other power supply I had. And all of my other power supplies are basically 80 plus white anyways. And I think 700 watts will be perfectly fine. So, let's move everything over here. And then I'm going to start building this sucker. Well, that was fun. That was a fun little build session. So I have everything in here now. Please don't judge my cable management. This is a really horrible case to do cable management in. So I tried. There's a rat's nest down here. It's a little messy in the back. The stupid EPS cable for the power supply. EPS? Yeah, I believe it's EPS. It's going right here. It drives me nuts. But you know, it doesn't look that bad. We got the 760 right here, the Quadro 4000 right here. I was worried there wasn't going to be enough space here. I think this will be fine. Am I worried this system will possibly get really, really hot in this case? A little bit. Because unlike my... Yeah, I don't think there's a fan in the front here. I could like try and put one. I could mod one right here actually. That wouldn't be a horrid idea. Because I believe I have a... Hold on. Do I? That's a floppy. No. 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 Ignore that. That's Kyle and Kyle and them. Maybe? That might work. So I could do an extender to possibly right here. There's a fan thing right here. So I could do. And I get some extra airflow out the front here. Let's just do that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Can I zip tie life any of these? I could like fit it right there. I'll have to find a fan for that. Ooh, I wonder. I have a giant fan. Could I somehow fit that? No. Okay. Alright. Well, that's basically the gist of it. If you haven't noticed already, I never put this video out. I still have it in reserve, and I'll put it out eventually. But this used to be Nova. My old Raid Max Viper 2 case that I had my editing PC in, or editing PC, back when I didn't have very great hardware and editing was a huge pain in my butt because I couldn't use my PC. But anyways, regardless of that, I'm thinking of something cool. I don't know if it'll happen because I'm gonna do an overview. Oh yeah, also I don't have an IO shield. The case didn't have an IO shield when I found it, so, or when I got it, so I didn't have time to get one either. So that'll just be that as it is, and I'm not tearing this apart to put one in. So what I think I'm gonna do, I think it'd be super freaking cool, and my mom wants to help me, funnily enough, to have a snake head, a giant cardboard snake head. That's what all this cardboard down here is for. A giant cardboard snake head to put on the front, and then you can still access the power button right here, power and reset. Though why would you need the reset for this PC? Because it's awesome, you never have to reset ever. But I think that'd be so cool. So what am I hoping? I'm hoping to get creativity, multi-core score, at least ahead in GPU. I'm hoping to get the multi-GPU. I hope they'll give it to me, because I did work hard on that. And that's about it. I don't know. I still think Matt's gonna just come out of nowhere and cream us, because he's really good with his overclocking. And if he gets a really good overclocking CPU, we're done. So either way, it's just fun for me to do this in general. But anyways, that's it for this. I will either cut to me doing all the benchmarks, like a little compilation of me doing the benchmarks, or no, I will. I'll be cutting to the benchmarks, and then I'll cut to the final overview of the case. And this is the last you'll hear from me until we do the final video to see who won. So, see y'all then. Welcome back. I really hope you enjoyed that presentation I did of the B-roll footage of the case and everything, and I really hope you enjoyed the cardboard snake head. Me and my mother actually worked on that together. She thought it was a really fun project to do with me, and she really enjoyed it too. So show her some love in the comments if you wish to comment, that is. I have the system right next to me. I'll talk about that in a minute. I know I'm wearing an entirely different shirt than I was in the previous section. That is because I had to do this one, like I said in the last one, a couple days ahead of time. Not ahead of time. Had to do it a couple days later because work and so many other things got in my way. Oh, so many things that drove me nuts. Anyways, so before we continue, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Kyle and Matt, PC Flippin' and Tech Tested, because they've been awesome competitors. I have seriously enjoyed every moment talking with them and doing this competition. They are awesome people, and it's actually very nice to have a feeling of not isolation, not being alone in the YouTube space. That's what I mean to say. Because you, as a smaller channel, you do feel alone sometimes. So it's really nice to talk with them, as well as the judges, who I will mention now. Big thank you to Budget Builds Official and RMD Tech. Budget Builds I've followed for a very long time. I've loved his content. Every time he released a video, I was always like immediately going to watch it. I don't care if I was watching something else or like doing something, I wanted to watch that video because he always makes such interesting and unique content. RMD Tech, I've talked with him a couple times on Twitter. He's a really nice guy. Lovely person to talk to, and I am excited to possibly work with him more in the future. Again, thank you, Robert. Thank you, Budget, for judging our builds. Hope mine will do well. I have a list of stuff actually here I want to talk about. So I had actually had a plan to use these in the build in place of some RAM because I've only got 8 gigs in there. Well, I tried to put it in there and it wouldn't work. I don't know why. Some builds these will work in. I had it in my LAN party PC for like years and it was working fine with that. But I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't work. Whatever. It was just something silly. I wanted the build to be serious but also like silly at the same time. That's why I have the Quadro in there, because I was like, you know, let's make a half gaming, half like workstation PC. That'll be funny. So I don't know if this is the case now, because I have yet to look at that footage again. I had done that really late at night. But if any of my scores are different from the video I took, the compilation video that I did, if they are different from the scores that I'm going to put on screen now, put on screen, come on me, yep, oh, yeah, that was a good score, excellent. Yeah, if there's any difference between the ones on screen and the ones in the video, that is because the ones in the video were taken after I had done my good run. So, like, I would let the system cool down, then do a run to, like, get the best performance I could, trying to pull out all the stops. And I had actually forgot to record video of some of the scores. So I had ended up having to run, basically it's stock footage. It's not, some of the scores are right, some of them aren't. I think that's actually fixed now, but I could be wrong, and if that's the case, then there's your explanation for that. I added in a Wi-Fi card and a FireWire 800 card. Why? Because I could. Those are actually added in after the fact, after I'd mentioned specs and everything, so I'm going to re-mention specs again at the end of this video. The Quadro, yes. So I had to actually take the Quadro out because it was messing with my benchmarks. So some benchmarks would I don't know why, use the Quadro GPU over the GTX 764 gig, which ideally I want the 4 gig to be used, because that one was overclocked and just ready to go. I don't know why it was messing with my benchmarks. It doesn't mess with gaming at all, because the gaming is going off the GPU that I chose. I don't know why, but like some of the benchmarks, Far Cry 5 was fine. Far Cry 5 was fine. Certain gaming benchmarks were fine. It was like the synthetic ones were just not liking that 4 gig with the Quadro for some reason. Regardless, would I support a configuration like this? Probably not. It's a little weird. If you want to roll with it, by all means do it. I'm sure it actually end up being fine, but I just want to let you know, be transparent about that. I did have to remove the Quadro for some of my benchmarks. Or actually, I removed them for all of them and redid them because it was just being weird with them. So, My excuse for cable management in this case sucks for cable management. I just want to mention that now. I know why. I know some people are going to be like, oh my god, that cable management is horrible. It is hard to do cable management in this case, as well as the motherboard is not really meant for this case. In the middle of the motherboard is where all the like front panel connectors are, so it's a little strange. I had to route things a little differently than I usually do, so there was that. And, oh yeah, I talked about the motherboard. So that's actually it for that. I will go into my build-off sheet and provide my final specs. So this system is running an FX 6300 6 cores at 4 gigahertz. I don't know why it says 3.5. I put it to 4. It's running a Wraith Prism cooler for that RGB score that I'll hopefully get. 8 gigs of DDR3, not overclocked. A GA-97A-3P motherboard, gigabyte motherboard. For the gaming GPU, a GTX 760 4 gig, 4 gigs of GDDR5, my bad. For the workstation GPU, a Quadro 4000 2 gigabytes of GDDR5. The case is a Raid Max Viper 2. That's the whole reason I went with the snake theme, is because the name of the case is Viper 2. I thought that'd be kind of cool. 700 watt thermal take, 80 plus white. The boot drive and all the games I had on that drive, you can put them on the HDD I have in there. Is a 240 gig SanDisk SSD, nothing special. The secondary drive, which you would use for games, is a 1 terabyte HDD at 7200 RPM. The third drive, which you would use to store your videos on, is another 1 terabyte HDD at 7200 RPM. For my overclocks, GPU overclock, I got 50 on the core and 380 on the memory before it was acting a little wonky on me. Like I said, I got up to 4 gigahertz. I did a conservative 4 gigahertz on the CPU with the stock voltage, which was pretty impressive. And no memory overclock, of course. And then I put all the benchmarks on screen earlier in this video. But yeah, that's it. I guess we'll be back again when we finally do the whole final video saying who won and who's going to get the trophy and all that fun stuff. Thank you for watching. Again, big thank you to Matt and Kyle and Budget and Robert. You guys have been awesome. I have seriously enjoyed talking with you guys, and I hope to work with you all plenty more in the future. It's been a huge blast, and this is probably the most fun I've had building a system in quite some time. So, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, let my outro roll. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the Discord in the description below. I'll also have it in the outro, a link to click on if you want to do it that way. And see you in the next video. Later.